Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Meteorologist Taylor Stephenson, tracking our wet weekend ahead for the Memorial Day weekend. We are really switching this pattern up. We went from a very hot and dry start to the week to now I am watching for some of these areas to receive 2 to 4 inches of rainfall over the next 48 to 72 hours, the next 2 to 3 days. And it's all because of a front that just will not move. We had a cold front that rolled close to the mid-Atlantic on Thursday, stalled out on Friday, and now it's stalling out and just sitting over the mid-Atlantic, and that will continue for the next at least 3 to 5 days. And with a stalled front, that front actually pulls in a lot of moisture, and that's why we get those multiple days of rain. Now, we desperately need the rain. I'll show you the latest update from our drought monitor that does show this expanding drought through Hampton Roads in northeastern North Carolina, but I am really watching for this to affect those holiday weekend plans. So let's talk about what I'm seeing here across our area. And this is what I'm looking at here for our weekend headlines. Our front lingers. We do have that risk for rain to really develop here over the course of the next few hours. We had some rain this morning. Now we're seeing a small dry period, and it's going to be like this every single day of the next 5 to 7, where we're seeing rainfall for an hour or two. We get another dry hour or two, then rain resurges, and we're just on that off and on pattern. So higher humidity this weekend means that we could see some heavier downpours, especially during the afternoon with the heat of the day. And again, as I've mentioned, this is not going to be just a weekend event. This is lingering through the majority, if not all, of the upcoming work week too. From our Thompson Creek Window Company sky view at the moment, you can see that it looks like our camera is down, but actually, this is our view from Town Center in our Weston camera, and this is showing just the abundant thick fog ongoing. So we do have some really foggy conditions, and I'll give you a look at visibility across the area. Be very careful. Make sure you use your low beams and take your time as you're out and about on the roads. I would not be surprised if over the course of the next few days, because of the rainfall, because of the cloud cover really holding in that moisture near the surface, that we do see some of those foggy mornings paired with showers during the morning and the afternoon. Right now we are struggling area-wide. Worst visibility is going to be around the peninsula into the western south side. Wakefield, only a mile worth of visibility. Emporia and Newport News, 1.25 miles worth of visibility at best. Down in the Hosky, 1.5 miles of visibility at best. Wallops Island down to 0.5 mile worth of visibility. And you can see some of these numbers starting to reflect some of that denser fog. Norfolk, less than 3 miles. Same as you get near Richmond. So just please take your time, use your low beams on the roads again. I will show you that look one more time from our Thompson Creek Window Company sky view of the areas near Town Center and Virginia Beach, where this thick fog is just really holding on. Now, with that fog, we are talking a cooler morning because remember, with thicker fog, the sun rays cannot get through. And so temperatures this morning sitting on a mild side. It does feel a bit cooler just because we do have that high moisture content. Temperatures right now in the low to upper 60s. Current dew point temperatures now climbing into the low 60s. I was explaining during our morning show that I would not be shocked if these dew point temperatures rise. I expect them to, especially as temperatures rise. Here's a little bit of a science fact. Our dew point temperature can never be higher than the actual air temperature. Now, if we do have dew point temperatures very close to the actual air temperature, so right now dew point temperature is 60, our temperatures right now in Norfolk right in the low 60s. That means that we have a very hydrated, if you want to say it like that, or a lot of moisture in our atmosphere. And that is causing us to have the thick cloud cover, also the fog as well. Now, with the higher humidity during the afternoon, that could lead to those heavier downpours. Again, still dealing with those visibilities that are struggling, especially around the peninsulas and inland. Here's our look at our satellite and radar, and this front is our stalled front. As you see, drape through Virginia, down into the Carolinas, causing widespread rainfall anywhere from the mid-south, so places in like Nashville, Atlanta, down to the deep south, Florida, all the way up into the northeast, where they're seeing widespread rainfall through Pennsylvania and southern New York. Here, we're seeing a small dry period. So the only place I'm really tracking rainfall at the moment is around the Middle Peninsula, Northern Neck, and the northern eastern shore. So I'll zoom in here quickly to show you where I'm tracking the rainfall now. Chincoteague through Anoncock, all the way as you get into Chestnut Grove, down into Stingray Point, Saluda, just north of Gloucester. Holly Forks also seeing some rainfall. That's north of I-64. The rest of the peninsula dry. You get down to the south side, and there's no showers really sparking my interest. You get down into North Carolina, and I'll take this surface map off so you can see what's going on. Now, surprisingly, I haven't really noticed many showers in North Carolina this morning. Now, that will not be the case as we get into the afternoon. We're going to see those showers resurge, especially because in North Carolina today, we will have temperatures that are closer to about 80 degrees, and that heat of the day will spark some of those showers. Now, here's a look at the rest of the day, and you can see the rain resurging during the middle of the day, so right around noon to 1 p.m., especially inland and around the peninsulas. Also notice that it will be breezier around the eastern shore and places near the coast. That means that temperatures there with the onshore flow will stay in those 60s. Elsewhere, it'll make it to the mid to upper 70s. But look how you see some of those heavier downpours developing in North Carolina right around 4 to 5 p.m. And you can see some of these heavier downpours here in the yellows, some showers developing near Virginia Beach. Now, don't get too caught up on, will it be the ocean front? Will it be town center? Will it be closer to Norfolk and the airport? This is just giving you a general idea that scattered showers will develop during the later afternoon and then resurge again tomorrow morning. So by 7 a.m. tomorrow, I'm talking almost widespread rainfall. Some heavier downpours still mixed in. Temperatures overnight in the upper 60s to the low 70s by early tomorrow morning. And that's because we will have that south wind. Those south winds pull in that warmer air. Tomorrow will be a touch warmer than today, with scattered showers ongoing throughout your Sunday. Expect heavier downpours throughout the afternoon tomorrow as well, with temperatures near 80 degrees. So just a couple degrees above normal for this time of year. And then the rain falls apart, and we're left with a drier Sunday night before rain redevelops on your Memorial Day on Monday. So for Monday, expect temperatures to be even a bit warmer, back into the low to mid 80s. We will have periods of rainfall as well. So if you're heading out to any Memorial Day ceremonies to honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice and lost their lives for the protection of this country, just make sure that you are properly equipped. You need an umbrella. If your ceremony doesn't allow for you to have an umbrella, then a poncho, rain boots. Just the rain gear needs to be handy because this will be a persistent pattern. Now, how much rainfall are we talking when it comes from talking about today, tomorrow, and Monday? Overall, I'm expecting 1 to 3 inches of rainfall, which will be super beneficial, and I'll show you our drought in a second. Now, I do think with this model, and this is the graph model, I think it's severely overdoing numbers. I don't think that we'll make it to that 6-inch mark. I think that we may not even make it to the 5-inch mark. I think that a general 2 to 4 inches is a pretty good estimate. Again, where those heavier downpours fall, that will give us those different numbers across the area, but you can expect anywhere from about 1 to 3 or 2 to 4 inches, which will help because here's a look at our latest drought monitor, and this came out on Thursday, April 21st, so 2 days ago. And you can see now we have an extreme drought for the eastern shore, northern neck, and half of the middle peninsula. We are still underneath the severe drought for the peninsula, most of the south side, and now this severe drought also creeps further north near Elizabeth City into Eatonton, where we have a small area of moderate drought in that tan color. But looking around the area, you can see that we are the only section of the entire state of Virginia, so Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, down into southern Suffolk, where we are in a moderate drought. The rest of Virginia, at least in a severe drought, but a good number of the area, a good percent of the area now underneath an extreme drought. So the rainfall that we get this weekend will certainly help. The rainfall that we get next week will certainly help, but it's not going to do enough to completely alleviate this drought, but it will definitely make sure to put a dent in it at least. Down in North Carolina, the only area that I'm really seeing any moderate drought as well is going to be right here through northeastern North Carolina. The rest, really, at least half of North Carolina, if not 2/3, underneath at least an extreme drought, with a deepening exceptional drought closer to the Appalachian Mountains. So that is what I'm looking at in terms of what this rain will do and help us in terms of our drought. But of course, timing is a little bit unfortunate, where if you wanted to head to the beach for the holiday weekend, again, those ceremonies outdoors, not the best weather to do those things. Grilling may be impacted. Again, you won't have widespread rainfall all day long, but you will be encountering periods of rain. So we'll be in the upper 70s today, low 80s by tomorrow, low to mid 80s as we get into your shortened work week. And then rain chances start to back off very slowly, middle to late week. I am forecasting just an isolated shower or two on Saturday, but it is going to be a very rainy end to May, as May does end a week from tomorrow. So next Sunday, that's our last day. I want to give you one more look at what to expect over the course of the weekend. And of course, meteorologist Hunter Force will be here later on today to track you and walk you through the afternoon rain that we will get. But again, this pattern is just going to persist as our stalled front continues to just linger over Virginia and the Carolinas. Again, maybe a few spotty showers left over later on this morning into the early afternoon. That's when our rain redevelops for the peninsulas and the western south side. We'll see some isolated showers and thunderstorms later on today. Again, and I'll check right now because usually we do get an update from the Storm Prediction Center around 9 a.m. Just making sure that we're not underneath any type of severe weather outlook for today. And it holds no severe weather outlook today, tomorrow, or into Monday, just general thunderstorms. So don't be surprised if you see a flash of lightning, if you hear some thunder. Just make sure when thunder roars, you head indoors. By late tonight to early tomorrow morning, rain resurges. So by daybreak tomorrow, if you're joining me tomorrow on our daybreak show from 6 to 8 a.m., we'll be walking through widespread rainfall, and then that rainfall will come in bursts throughout the day on Sunday as temperatures climb near 80 degrees, heavier downpours in the mix, and then drying out late Sunday before our next chance of rain arrives on Monday. Again, for Memorial Day, I am tracking periods of rainfall, temperatures in the low 80s. Sunrise on Monday will be around 5:50 a.m. And again, here's one last look at your 5 to 7 day forecast, and I am tracking just a very unsettled week here for the Mid-Atlantic. We are talking multiple days of rain chances, temperatures struggling to climb very quickly throughout the week because of the rain and the cloud cover. Temperatures at best in the mid 80s today, in the upper 70s tomorrow, near 80. And again, those rain chances linger through the end of the work week. So overall, not the greatest week weather-wise, but again, because of our drought, we absolutely need this rain. We need it badly. And now this won't help to completely alleviate the drought. It will put a good dent in it, as we should get around 2 to 4 inches of rainfall at most area-wide. Again, heavier downpours could lead to some isolated higher amounts. Now, I will be back here tomorrow morning, 6 to 8 a.m., tracking you through your Sunday forecast, giving you a closer look at what to expect on Memorial Day on Monday, especially for those who do travel and maybe traveling back home, or those who may be looking at the forecast of how to come here to Hampton Roads and spend the weekend with us. I have all those details tomorrow morning. And again, meteorologist Hunter Force will be here later on this evening, tracking the rainfall through your Saturday night and into your Sunday morning. But for now, please stay safe. If you see any flooded roadways, make sure to use an alternate route. Also, again, make sure to be prepared with the umbrella, the poncho, and the rain boots. I'm meteorologist Taylor Stephenson. I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. on our weekend edition of Daybreak. Have a great weekend.